Good girl, clever girl. Hey Artie, she's still out in the garden. Been up there. We're so pleased to get her out today. That there in the middle, that's where she's got a full crop, Tubes. It's alright, sweet. But what I can say is, spend the time with your birds, Tubes. What you've seen is just a little bit. You haven't seen the hours and hours and hours and hours I've spent with her. You have to spend the time, Tubes. You have to. Her feathers are in lovely condition still. And this is what you got to be careful of. This is what you got to watch for. So your bird doesn't get stressed or damage any of your bird's feathers. So I'm so pleased today too. She's been out for probably a while now. She seems fine. She's in prime condition, lovely condition, Tubes. Feed them good, Tubes. Feed them good. Good girl. I'll just show you Jig. We did have a flight from Jig out in the garden. She's just has a clearance on that at the minute at the garden till we can take her out. Like I said, you know, when I'm properly better, I'll do it. Good girl, it's alright, darling. It's alright, it's just a bit slidey here. You can't really see here, Tubes, in this light. But I'm so pleased. You want to see the feathers, Tubes. Her feathers. They feel like so smooth and velvet. They seem really nice, Tubes. That's giving them, looking after them well, Tubes. It's alright, sweet. Good girl. She did have some feather damage, Tubes, when I had her. That's before I had her, and she'll keep them feathers until it's alright, sweet, it's alright, good girl, it's alright, Pop, most is in your way, good girl, until she either molts them, good girl, or pulls them out, Tubes. She'll either do one or the other. She'll molt them, I think. She hasn't pulled them out. So look at that. That's how you tell a fit bird, Tubes. Look, you see the stance? Look at the stance of it. Look at that stance, Tubes. That's how you can tell your bird is in prime condition because of that stance, Tubes. See the wide stance? Look, where her legs join the body. You can't really see how nice the feathers look, but I'm just glad to get the golden eagle out today. So you have to be careful, Tubes, what you do, because you don't want them damaging their feathers. Now, as of yet, and hopefully it will remain that way, there's not one feather damaged. There wasn't no feathers damaged when I had her, and she hasn't damaged any ever since. But that is where you have to be careful, Tubes, so you avoid any undue stress or any feather damage. And that's what you want. Now hopefully when Jig molts her feathers, hopefully then we can keep them undamaged. But it's not to say they won't, Tubes. It's just she was in a muse for a while before I had her. So sometimes they damage her feathers. Or somebody might have picked up incorrect handling and stuff. But you're gentle, easy strokes, slow, easy steps. Let them be the ruler of what they want to do, Tubes. and she's been fine now. Good girl. Ain't you, sweetheart? You've been good, ain't you, darling? Do you see, Tubes? We don't want to damage any of them beautiful feathers, do we? She's in superb condition, Tubes. The eagle, that you just seen, a steppe eagle, is as well, but she had got some feather damage. That's when I had her. She already had feather damage, and unless she pulls them out or she molts them, they will stay there till she grows new feathers, Tubes. So when she's gone through the molt, hopefully I can keep her feathers nice. Now when she's gone through the molt, then if you see feathers that are damaged, that would be partly my fault, but hopefully she won't, because my other birds never damaged. My Harris Hawk coffin that I had, she went the whole hunting season, Tube. She was zapped on a power line, she was pulled down burrows, sorry. Her feathers still looked as good as the day she molted them. Apart from she did catch her transmitter on she went after a rabbit once, Tubes, and caught a transmitter which pulled a feather out, and she did catch it once in the car in her eagerness to get off, but then I decided not to put it on the transmitter on first, so I waited till I got her out. But sometimes when they're hunting, if they go through something, or there happen to be some wire or something under a fence or something, and she just caught it on something. So sometimes I catch the feather and it pulled the feather out, Tube. So apart from that, which is, it can't be helped, sometimes it happens because they have like a transmitter. They have a transmitter on the back of the tail feather, a tail mount, and sometimes they catch it on things, because they get the rabbits. They could be anywhere. They're right in gorse bushes and anything. Sometimes they do lose a feather because it pulls it up, but that cannot be helped too. But that's very rare that happens. So so they are then, Tubes. So keep watching. Remember, Tubes, what you see is just a part of it, a very, very small part. You don't see the hours and hours and hours. This doesn't come overnight, Tubes. The work and the progress, to make progress with your bird, you have to put the time in, Tubes. Once you've put the time in, then it just gets a bit easy, but it never stops, Tubes. Once you've manned your bird really well, it is easier. You do get more chance to enjoy them, but you still need to keep that up to a certain extent, Tubes. They'll revert back to a bit of a wilder state. Do you see, Tubes? So always keep that going. But once you've put all the time and effort in, then you'll have the nice, happy bird that you always wanted. Be in tune with your birds, and then you'll know what they're going to do, Tubes. They know what you're going to do, and I know what they're going to do before they do it. When you're out hunting, you're in tune. You know people out there with hawks and eagles and that hunt, you know, you're in tune with your bird. You know what's going to happen before they do it. You know. That's being in tune with your bird, Tubes. And put in the time. If you want your bird that little bit extra, put in the time. All weathers, Tubes, not just when it's nice. You know, it's all weathers. When it's raining, when it's cold, when it's really cold, it's all weathers tubes all through the day. I'm lucky now I can spend more time with my birds because I've retired, so I do get there's extra time to spend with my birds. But if you're working, I was working when I first had my arcs tubes, I still put the time in, as much time as I could. I'd take them to places with me. I'd still spend as much time as I could tubes. Every minute I was home, then I'd spend with them till they went to bed. So still spend the time. You can work, yes, and you can rest, but try and spend as much time as you can, tubes. Alright, so we'll catch you later, tubes. Chick-chack, catch you later.